All right, this is the Algebra 2, Unit 8, Lesson 4 video over the inverses of exponential functions. Really what you're doing is you're going to be manually finding the inverse of an exponential function. So if we have here, we have f of x, and the inverse is down here, that means all of the x and y coordinates of these two functions are opposite or switched from each other. So you're actually going to go through that process numerically. You're actually going to just calculate every single step of the way. So you're going to be making tables that look like this, basically. It seems sort of complicated at first, but it's pretty straightforward. So once you get through the vocab, you're going to get to a chart like you see here in number 4. They've done the first step for you, so you can kind of see what the process is. So right here, you can see that we have a value for x. We're given a value for x. And then we are going to, in the second step, we are going to plug in that for the x in this function, 3 to the x. So in the first one, it's 3 to the 0, which is 1. But in your first one, you're going to do 3 to the 1. Just use a calculator. So once you get the answer to that, 3 to the first power, you're going to put the answer here. Choose from the choices down here. I know this is a little bit confusing. Show your work. So if it's 3 to the 1 equals, we're going to do 3 to the 1 equals 3. So I'll tell you right now, answer choice M is going to go in this spot. So you have 1 and 3. So 1 and 3. So that means that the function is those two coordinates. In the same way that we have 0 and 1 becomes 0, 1, we're going to have 1 in our answer, which was 3, become 1, 3. So 1, 3 is K. It's right here, 1, 3. So we're going to choose answer choice K. All right. Then the last step is to switch them to find the inverse, which is what the inverse is. So 0, 1 becomes 1, 0. So we had, if you remember, 1, 3. So we need to find 3, 1, which is answer choice I, and that's going to go right here, answer choice I. And you do that for each step of the way. So next one, you're going to use -1 as the number you plug in and work through all of those steps, just like I told you. So first column is the number you're plugging in. Second column is what happens when you plug it into this function. The next column is the coordinates that you get if you put those together. And then the last column is when you switch those coordinates and make the x and y switch to y and x. This is more of the same in number 4, except now the function is 4 to the x. You given the number, plug in that number into the function and get the answer. Then write those as a point, and then switch those coordinates to find the new point. That's number 5. And then you have one more, and number 6, and it uses the number e. So you're going to use e to the x as the base for your function. You're going to start with 0, plug in 0, and go through the same process again. Then we get down to some questions that are review. This is just linear functions. Convert this back into standard form, or which of these standard form equations results in this. And then lastly, circles. What's the radius, center and radius here? I will send information about this, but you know that 2 and 3 are going to be in the first part, so it's got to be A or B. And then we know that the radius squared is going to be at the end, so actually we can say pretty much with certainty that answer choice B is the right answer for that one. And then in number 9, you just need to multiply these polynomials out to find the answer there. So again, just follow those basic steps I showed you, and you're just filling in these charts. That's all you're doing for this lesson.